Alright, so here's what we're going to do on Dust2 when we get cat control. I'll break it down from everybody's perspective. Cody, you're just going to be chilling outside of B tunnels here and just watching for push. It's important to note that on this strat, for all of us, the key is to stay alive, because if we have 5 people up, by the time we do our A execute, we're going to win the round. So don't take gunfights unless they walk right into your crosshair. And we just want to penalize aggression early in the round, transition it to taking cat control. From there, throw the full execute and win. Anyways, you're going to be chilling here, Cody. You're just watching for B aggression. Okay. Also, your smoke is accounted for in the strat, so feel free to use everything at your own disposal. So, yeah, you're just chilling here and watching for push. Jad, you're going to come down here. Shoulder peek, clear, make sure they're not doing that boost. Clear again to check they're not on top of green. Hop on top, make sure there's no close guys. And then slowly transition over here to behind the wood pole, where you're going to be waiting to flash in Sean around the for your flash, you want to aim at golden nipple height, close to the wall. Go clear it, throw a perfect pop flash. Okay? See how ultra close it is. Sean is going to hop around mid, essentially, and his goal is to get to here, where he can double flash us around the corner. However, if you run into aggression, Jad, and make the call, then Sean will use his flash to get himself around the corner, and make sure, or do whatever he has to do, I don't know. You know, and just make sure he can get control of this area, attentively waiting for me and him to double peek with your flash. If we don't have anybody here, if there's no aggression here, there's no CT players in this area, Sean, you're going to come over here, run into this door, I guess. There's like this little door thing, because there's no, you know, no clipping over there. You can run to that door, strafe out a little bit, past the shadow, and then you want to right-click a flash, close to the wall, but just kind of above this area. You can throw that at the same time as Jad, and we'll just have 2 flashes as opposed to 1. And yeah, catch out whoever's here. After you throw the flash, obviously, me and you will peek, Sean. We'll clear close, and when we give it the okay, then both Cody and Jad will come up to cat with us, and we'll start to set up for the full execute. When you do run by, Cody, you can just re-smoke mid to get yourself up safely. Otherwise, Jad will always be readily available to kind of hop up cat without your smoke, because hopefully that'll already be prior. Speaking of the prior smoke, Seo's in when round starts. You're gonna come over here. You're gonna smoke mid doors, however you need to do it, whether or not you toss it over top like that or whatever. Don't do that, but the point is you're going to smoke mid doors, and then you're going to chill outside of long A. And again, I can't stress this enough. Our strategy on this one, on the on the short execute, whatever we call it, the strategy is to have every single player alive. Okay, for the execute itself, because in the strat everybody's accounted for in the sense that everybody has an important role. So Jad and Sean are throwing the integral... Jad and Sean are throwing the integral smokes. Cody's leading the charge on the rush in sight, which I'll get to. And then Seozin's job is to be that linchpin in the back and be that constant pressure. Since you only throw that smoke as far as the strat goes, Seo, so your remaining flashes and poly or nade, whatever, you can use them for whatever you need to do. Okay? So we're going to make a variation on the Fnatic version, which sounds kind of pompous, I guess, but the reason is because Olafmeister throws this smoke for Game Changer, which is the one that I am now going to start throwing from Cat, because JW used to throw the mid smoke while he was playing mid, and then he would make his way to Palm Tree and bounce around. I'll get to that part, like my role. And Olafmeister used to throw the Game Changer smoke, but the problem is Olaf's Game Changer smoke is ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, and I know Seozin can probably make it work. But the reality is it's hyper inconsistent, and Olaf doesn't even hit it in the match. And the reason I know the reason I kind of know what he was doing is because I accidentally did it when I was lining up, and I was like, oh, that's what he was trying to do. But essentially, what you do is you line up kind of with this vertical line. I'll try and hit it, even though I'm, probably not going to. It's like a run toss. Yeah. Essentially, you want to bounce it off here, and doing the angle, it'll like, it'll like do one of those, and it'll fall in Game Changer based on the angle he throws it from. But it's too ridiculous. So anyways, stay those in, you're going to smoke mid, and you're just going to chill outside long waiting for the take. Lastly, me, I'm going to pick mid, and then I'm going to bounce around, bounce around to palm tree, past palm tree, whatever. And then I'm going to join Sean up here, and attentively wait for the double pop flash, peek with Sean, and take cat control. Okay. So now, we have cat control. CTs are falling back into A site. We haven't got a pick yet. 5-on-5 still. Perfect. Now we transition. So, when we have cat control, Cody, again, you're going to make your way up to cat. You're going to re-smoke mid doors, make your way up to cat, and you're going to be watching behind us, waiting for the execute, okay? Jad, your job is to come into this corner near the green box, aim to the right middle of this tapestry, just left click a smoke. It lands in CT, by the way. Okay. Then after you throw that, you're gonna throw that first, by the way. That's kind of the initiating smoke. You're gonna come back here, rub your back on the wall, and just kind of hide that building up there. And then at this horizontal decorative line height, you're just gonna left click a smoke. Left click a flash in this space, just kind of the blank space here. Okay, just left click a flash, and you're gonna throw that at the same time Sean throws his flash, and it's a perfect pot flash, by the way. Sean, when we take cat control, you're gonna come up here, and you're gonna wait for Jad to throw his smoke. And then as Jad's smoke is bouncing around, or starting to bounce around, and he's making his way over for the flash, you're going to throw the one-way smoke. So, the right arrow, looking blue arrow on little design. You're going to throw your one-way smoke. Just going to hop up, and you're going to do a little run toss flash. Okay? And then you and Jad, or Sean and Jad, after those flashes go off, you guys are both going to jump through the smoke simultaneously, okay? And the way the timing should work out, obviously we'll dry run it, the way the timing should work out is that both of you guys are through the smoke and running in this direction already. Cody, this is when me and Cody kind of come into play now. As you guys are throwing that stuff, I'll be throwing our Game Changer smoke. But I'll show it to you guys now, so let me throw the one again, so you can see kind of visibility. What you do is you line up these two buildings, the corners of these two buildings, you see? You line up the corners of these buildings, and the idea is you kind of want to run through a smoke in this window, or kind of near that window. Doesn't matter how long you run for, whatever. It has a lot of... Oh, that was 1 in a million. It has a lot of auto-correct, as long as you clear the corner. And I'll smoke Game Changer off. The idea is to throw harder than softer, obviously. Kind of didn't toss it really hard. But as long as you clear that corner, you can even get away with throwing it even higher. Like, I'm not even throwing it high enough. But the point is, it has tons and tons of autocorrect. Then, me and Cody, after we throw that, are just gonna come out from behind the smoke and pinch the guy on ramp, okay? And that's it. We just take a site. Alright, the next strat that I found is also about taking something you could do reactively after having cat control. And it's super... It's not execute heavy, but it requires 3 players to have smokes. So I guess we'll mimic the same players as prior, so it'll be me and Jad. Or me and Sean, rather, because we're already working cat, and then Jad as well. I'll go through everybody's smokes. Essentially, we're going to be doing the nip A, or the nip wall. This is something that I also threw at Katowice, just like Fnatic did, but this time against TSM. Wasn't in the finals. I'll just break it down. It's a great way to get plant. We're going to have a smoke 1, 2, and... So let me go through. So first things first, in this case, I guess Sean, his job is really quickly, after obviously we've taken control, he's gonna quickly come here, crouch, line up these two buildings, aim at the corner, and then running throw later than sooner. He's gonna throw that smoke. After he does that, he's gonna fall back, just chill. After that, Jad comes here. He's gonna come to this little, you know, gonna line up in the second line against the wall. Really casually, doesn't need to be anything hard. And while staying crouched, he's gonna aim in line with the left side of this building, just slightly above that corner height. Alright. Create the left side of the wall. And then lastly, I am going to throw this smoke. So you just line up that balcony with the corner of the wall. And then you see how there's like these notches right here. You go to this notch here. Kind of go in the middle. Alright. That'll create the whole wall. Essentially, it'll look like that. That. Alright. Obviously, plan for cat. So, in this case, Jad will have bomb. He'll run up, plant. Sean will swing out wide left. Chill, watching for some smoke aggression, trying to dodge flashes. I'll come up here as well, and I'll just help watch. And, I guess we'll have Saucy lurk outside of A, and then Cody, you can transition into kind of that mid-lurk, reinforcing on Cat or holding mid-doors. And again, you and Saucy, or Saos and Cody, both have all your utility to use for whatever you want. When Nip did the strat, they threw the 3 smokes, and then after that, quote-unquote, they said, flash like maniacs, and that's exactly what they did. So, without kind of changing any of their positions, so like they stayed in all their smoke positions, right? They just stayed in their smoke positions, and then off of Jad's call, in this case, it'll be Jad's call, he would just say, alright, wait for smokes, and then as soon as the smokes would plume, he'd say, just flash. And no joke, all of them where they were standing, no matter where they were standing, so Aldu was lining up the smoke, he just came over here and he transitioned into throwing this flash. One from the previous strat. And then they all just kind of ran up, wildly chucking retard flashes, like, everywhere they wanted, and just dodging all the flashes they could, got bombed down, and played post-plant. Again, this is about getting bombed down and playing a strong post-plant, cat-heavy post-plant, planning for cat, and going from there, okay?